Solo Scrooge, sending peace and blessings to you all out there. Hashtag Solo Nation. What's going on, my people? Hope everyone's well. Crazy times right now. Banks are collapsing. You know, weaknesses are being shown. Cracks are coming through. Cracks. People can see the cracks in the banks, in the centralized systems. You know, the banks are taking people's money. You know, investing in different things, trying to make hundreds and thousands of percent to pay the people back 0.03%, you know, but then banks are not managing their monies correctly. So what it is, how it works now, say I find out, okay, so I say, Solo Nation, look, so-and-so bank, you know, they haven't got enough funds to cover this and that and that. I'm gonna take my money out of the bank because I don't trust in what this bank is doing. So now, let's say I gonna take my money out now, but I've told the Solo Nation. So the Solo Nation says, hold on. Solo Scrooge said, yeah, this and this about the banks. He said he's taking his money out. You know what? I'm taking my money out as well. I'm taking, you know, then the whole Solo Nation goes and takes their money out. That's how the bank run starts. Then the Solo Nation tell their friends and family. You know, everyone starts and goes and takes their money out. That's how the bank run starts. The banks don't have enough money to cover everyone taking their money out of the banks. Of course they don't. So this is what's going on, my people. It's crazy. So Bitcoin breaks 25K as US inflation slowed to 6% in February. BTC rose to a 9-month high of 25,484 in the minutes following the inflation report, and then extended those gains. February inflation in the US dropped by 0.4% from 0.5% in January, in line with economists' estimates. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, said Tuesday, on a year-over-year basis, inflation slowed to 6% from 6.4% the month before, also in line with the estimates. The core rate of inflation, which strips out food and energy costs, increased more than forecast to 0.5% in February versus 0.4% in January, and against forecasts for 0.4%. You can't strip out food and energy costs when that's our main bill. So, you know, that's our main bill. You can't strip out food and energy costs. You know, these numbers are all rigged anyway. You know, the year-over-year core rate was 5.5% as expected, compared with 5.6% in January. The Bitcoin price, BTC, rose to a 9-month high of 25,484 in minutes following the report. The world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap then extended the advance, surpassing the 26,000 mark for some time before recently settling back to the 25,500 range. I believe it's gone back up. We're over 26,000 as I do this video. Inflation concerns have become secondary over the past few days as investors, the government, and the Federal Reserve have had to deal with the possible systemic implications of multiple bank failures. Less than 1 week ago, traders had been betting the Fed would hike the benchmark Fed funds rate by 50 basis points at its March meeting. Following the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank on Friday and the shutdown of Signature Bank over the weekend, traders quickly pivoted and are now pricing in the slimmest chance of any rate hike in March and rate cuts by midsummer. The macro backdrop is transitioning from that of tightening to significant loosening. or at least this is what the market is predicting. Bob Ross, co-founder of Sologenic, a blockchain-powered network for tokenization securities, wrote CoinDesk in an email. Bitcoin and digital assets tend to lead the way in terms of anticipating these kind of macro shifts, and this is why we're seeing a pronounced rally in the crypto market. Ross noted that the CPI was falling and that liquidity injections to shore up the banking sector are having an effect similar to that of quantitative easing. The conditions for a sustained rally for Bitcoin and other digital assets are ripening, and indeed these conditions of banking instability and resulting monetary turbulence are exactly why Bitcoin was created in the first place, he said. Shout out to you, Bob Ross, my guy. Sologenic. So the guys, this is what's going on. You see what's going on. Bob saying it. You know, this is the reason Bitcoin was created. We all know this is the reason Bitcoin was created. This is the reason we're in cryptocurrency. You know. So look, Bitcoin chart. This is what we're on here, guys. The Bitcoin chart. So I'm gonna make this one a quick one. So this is what I'm seeing. What am I seeing in the daily? If you see this blue uptrend line, this is support 1. We came up, we got to resistance. So now we came down. So now what I'm trying to figure out is what pattern are we in between? Are we in between this yellow line and the blue line? Because you see it, up, down, up. But then the 2 yellow lines, which is an inverted symmetrical triangle. Look, you see it, look, we came up, resistance, support, resistance, support. So it kind of supported it on the yellow line and the blue line. Resistance, we know this top line has been resistance. So look, this is what I'm saying. You know, if we blow far past it, we can come to, we got a heavy resistance about the 28,656 is what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. We had a bit of a heavy resistance there, because look, wait, let me break this, if you can see, look at this line here, this white line, look, support, it's all support, it's all being supported on this white line. You know, look, from May 2022 to about June 2022, this line had been support. Look, go back again. We go back again. Let's go back again. We can see it's been support here. June 2021, January 2021. So this white line is what I'm seeing is our next major resistance, because resistance turns into support, support turns into resistance. So what I'm figuring, where are we between now? So are we between this inverted symmetrical triangle? Because if we are, then we could be doing something like, look, however high we go on the next drop, are we gonna come back to the blue line, which is an uptrending support, or are we going to come back to the yellow line, which is a downtrending support? You see, it's been a downtrending support here. And if we come back down to this yellow line, however high we go here, if we come back down to this yellow line, then we're going to be coming down lower than our previous low. So that's what I'm seeing on the chart, my people. That's what I'm seeing. Look, on the daily, on the RSI, we're coming to overbought territory. Look, this is overbought territory here on the daily. The MACD's going up. The MACD golden cross not too long ago is going up. So on the weekly. So look, on the weekly, on the RSI, just looking here, look, the weekly, look, I've got an alert here. I've got an alert at the 60 line here. Because we can see, look, we came down on the weekly, went up to the 60 line, came down to the 50 line, but we found support at the 50 line, so that means we're going for an extension. That's an extension now. We're going for an extension. But I want to see if it breaks the 60 to see if we're gonna actually push past it to get up to the 70. You know, we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. But that's what we're in Bitcoin. That's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. You know. Look, we came to the 50 for an extension. So my people, anyway, I don't want to keep you too long. I'm Solo Scrooge with the Solo News. Like, subscribe and share. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.